All right, let's talk about dental implants. Have you ever been curious about them? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the biggest game changers in modern dentistry. We're going to break down everything, what they are, how they work, and how they can totally transform a smile. And all this comes straight from the insights of top dental experts.
So let's just cut right to the chase with the big question. You're missing a tooth, what do you do? I mean, there are a few different paths you could take, but today we're really going to zero in on what most dentists consider the absolute gold standard, the dental implant.
And that really gets to the heart of why it's the gold standard. It's all about creating something that lasts. We're not talking about a temporary fix here. We're talking about a truly permanent solution for your smile.
Think of it this way. Other options might need tweaking, adjusting, or even replacing down the road. But a dental implant? It's engineered to literally become part of you. It's built to last, ideally for a lifetime, as long as you take care of it.
Okay, so this whole idea of a permanent solution sounds great, but how does it actually work? Let's get down to basics. What exactly is a dental implant? Because it's so much more than just a new tooth. It's a whole new root system.
Right, here's the magic. The implant itself is just a small post, usually made from super strong titanium. It's carefully placed right into your jawbone, and then the amazing part happens. Your bone actually grows onto it and fuses with it. This creates this incredibly stable foundation. Basically, a brand new, super strong tooth root that your new crown can attach to. And this chart? Wow. This really lays it all out, doesn't it? Look at the difference. With implants, you're talking about permanence. And that point about preventing bone loss, that's huge. When you lose a tooth, the jawbone underneath it can start to shrink away because there's nothing there to stimulate it. Implants act like a natural root, keeping that bone strong and healthy. That's what preserves the shape of your face, and it's why you can eat whatever you want, just like with a natural tooth.
But here's the thing. Getting these kinds of incredible results, it doesn't just happen by accident. A successful implant that looks and feels perfect is all about meticulous, high-tech planning from the very beginning.
And I really can't stress this enough. The success of the whole thing pretty much boils down to these two things: the expertise of your dentist and the quality of the technology they have access to. You need both. A great dentist makes sure everything is safe, looks beautiful, and feels completely natural.
So how do they nail that precision every single time? Well, it all kicks off with getting a super detailed 3D picture of your mouth. This is where really advanced imaging tech comes in, giving the dentist a perfect digital roadmap to work from.
You know, for all this talk of advanced technology, the process for you, the patient, is actually incredibly simple. It uses something called a cone beam CT scan. You literally just sit comfortably for a moment, a scanner arm makes a quick spin around your head, and that's it. In just a few seconds, it creates this perfect 3D model for your dentist to plan out every single detail.
Okay, so the high-tech plan is locked and loaded. What happens next? Let's walk through the actual journey, from that very first chat with your dentist to the moment you see your brand new smile.
You know, this whole process is really a partnership. It all starts with a personal consultation where you talk about your goals. Then, using that 3D scan, a totally custom plan is built just for you. After the surgery, there's the really important follow-up phase to make sure everything heals perfectly and that your new implant is set up for long-term success.
And look, if the word surgery makes you a little nervous, I've got some really good news. Because of all that advanced planning we talked about, and because the techniques have gotten so much better, modern implant procedures are designed to be as minimally invasive as possible. And what that means for you is less discomfort and a much faster recovery. So we've gone through the what and the how. Now for the best part, the why. After all the planning and the procedure, what are the actual life-changing benefits you're going to experience? Let's just run through these, because this is really what it's all about. First, you get a tooth that looks and works just like a natural one. It's a permanent solution that actually protects your jawbone and preserves your facial structure. You can eat all your favorite foods without even thinking about it. And maybe the biggest one of all, it just boosts your comfort and your confidence in a huge way. And in the end, that's what this is all about, right? It's so much more than just a dental procedure. It's about getting back a piece of yourself. It's about reclaiming that feeling of confidence and comfort that only comes from having a full, healthy, and really beautiful smile.